This is Ian Verrigan, and welcome to the second day of Sit, Circle, and Explore. And so I'm going to just walk through the slides quickly to give you a feel for what happened on day two. And so let's get back to the slides and we'll get going. So um, the day is broken into three portions. There is the sit section where we do the serenity meditation and we do breath meditation. The next part is we do a circle share. We talk about breathing meditation, some mindfulness, how to feel in your body. And then in the third part of the workshop, we do work-life balance things, and we just walk through that and then talk about it. So the opening of the session, we set the tone with may I be well and happy, may those I love be well and happy, may all neutral people be well and happy, and may difficult people be. So this just sets the tone that, we're trying to make sure that we're happy. And with the meditation on this day two, a little more description of what we do is that touch and let go. And so when you're coming to the breath, we want to be able to contact it. And then when you mess it up and whatever, you let go and you just nudge yourself back to the breath. And the really key part is how did you treat yourself when that thing went wrong? Like, did you clench? Did you kind of feel a little bad? Notice how you react when something doesn't go right. And so we also like to have some slogans that you can use. So, first, be friendly to yourself. Don't fix, don't avoid, just be present. Come back again and again. Maintain your sense of humor because you're going to lose contact with your breath quite a bit. And also, is it kind? And these are things that you're working towards or aspiring to. Okay, so just a reminder of the sit posture. So we want the hips and knees to be at right angles if you're sitting in a chair, which I recommend for you. Your eyes are half open or closed. The hands, this is a key thing. Your hands are palms down on your thigh. And don't move, but that doesn't mean like be rigid, but try to keep the posture that you start with from the beginning to the end. You might have to redo it a couple times. And in monitoring the breath, we're keeping awareness at a single point. The breath goes in. Is it smooth, curly, rough? You can be quite detailed with it. And when you lose focus, let go and gently bring yourself back to the spot where you're observing the breath. And this noticing when you're off the breath and coming back is, what's called mindfulness. And we also don't want to control the breath. We want to be a science experiment where we observe the breath that we have. Okay, so we're really trying to observe what's going on and be okay with what we're observing. And so then we do the sit. And in the sit, we also set a container for this. So a traditional aspiration would be we do this work, which is the sit, to expand awareness. So that means, to try new things, to deepen wisdom, which allows us to make more decisions based on things that we've actually experienced, to increase compassion for the benefit of all beings. So then we do the guided meditation. And so we go through these 10 points, which is connecting with the ground, being upright, so checking into your posture, checking into the space around you, checking into your senses, are they open and receptive? Notice the dialogue between your senses and your brain. Then connect and observe your breath going in and out of your body, right? And then we want to smile and then check our presence, which is, how do we, observe our body and our mind and just what's our current presence at that moment. We appreciate and offering, and we'll talk more about those as the meditations go on. So in detail, here's a bit of a mind map to break down the ground. Is it reliable, durable, it's safe? Upright, we're tall, we're straightening, we're like a tree. Space, we start tiny, human size, city size, growing. Senses, noticing and expanding them. Dialogue between inner and outer, so there's a connection, there's a blurring of a boundary, there's a clearer boundary. Breath connecting inner and outer. There's an example of the connection, you can observe it. Smile, smile with safety. Is it calm? It's joyful. Your presence, check out your presence from a body perspective. Check out your presence from a mind perspective. You might have to play with that. And then, how are you in actual size presence? Appreciate this opportunity to learn some contemplative work. And appreciate all the people who got you to the point where you're trying this, and offer this meditation or offer it to the work to the community. But this is just a start of going through and exploring those 10 points. And so that's part of the guided meditation. And then we close the meditation with, by the merit of this wholesome action, may all distortions of body, speech, and mind be healed. Right? And that means we're trying to see reality and notice where we make mistakes, right? And so in the circle part, we talk about our experience really quickly. We want to listen from the heart, look a little longer to the person who's talking, be lean of expression, so be crisp and quick about how we felt, be spontaneous. And then when it's our turn to speak, we speak from the heart. We want to be heard, and we want to say useful things for the group, right? And the discussion points are, how is your breath? So those details of, was it smooth, curly? Were you able to follow it, with mindfulness? What happened when you noticed that you're off? And also, how did your body feel? Were your toes tingly? Was your head cold? What happened in your body? And so in the third session, this is the second session, the exploration here is on work-life balance, right? So we do a work-life manifesto. And so in work, we talk about money, we do get experiences, we have growth, we have fulfillment, right? With work, we have others, society and culture. Is there good work or worthwhile work? Why do we work? What's work for? And what does work mean? And then also from a life perspective, at the highest level, there's spirituality and there's higher power of religion. There's the role of emotions and values, like joy, sorrow, justice, injustice, love, and peace. We have family, friends, country, rest of world. What is good and evil? And why are we here? And what is meaning and purpose? And so we're kind of a balance between these things, depending on where you are in your life. You might be focused on work. Other times you might be focused on life. And most of us try to get a mix of those two. So I just want to give you a chance to explore those things. So, we kind of put this down on paper. So there's work and money with experience, growth, and fulfillment on the left. Life, spirituality, values, emotions, joy, sorrow, and justice on the right. And if we expand out a bit, we're talking at a top level, society and culture. In the right, life is mainly family and friends. At the bottom, there's good work and worthwhile work, good and evil. And the work life, we've got individuals, teams, units, corporate cultures. All those things have meaning. So in the actual exercise, what we do is I tell people, okay, you got a minute. We draw out this piece of paper exactly like this, and I ask you, why work? And so you can write down independence, freedom, self-esteem, money. There's other things, and so write that out, and we stay with that for a minute. And then the next question is what's work for? And we stay with it for a minute or two. And so the simple things are, is to make profits, help make the world better, serve others. There's different answers, right? The next one is, what does work mean? And so, you can say not lazy, useful, of service, very different things, right? So you can think about those and add some more there. And then we get to the life portion. So why are we here? No one knows. Or to serve others, or to be happy, to eat cake, to become rich, or to become enlightened. And who knows? There's lots of things. So write that down. And then we move to the next one. What's the meaning of life? And so you can say it's 42 from Life, the Universe, and Everything. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that is. Or you can explore the world to understand the questions and what's the purpose of life. And so once you've done this, then we do small group discussions of 2 to 4 people to kind of go over how did that experience go for you, right? And then we get together in a full room discussion to kind of talk about the summary of the points. And that's it. And we close the session again with opening the heart, clearing the mind, and may all beings benefit from this wholesome work. And that's the end of the second day.